Hello, my name is Dominic and today we venture into a world both familiar and profoundly wild. The feline family, a group of predators that has fascinated humanity for millennia. From the comforting presence of a house cat curled on a lap to the heart-stopping power of a lion on the hunt, these creatures command our respect and affection. But what truly is the difference between a big cat and a small cat? The answer seems obvious at first glance. One is large, the other small, but the truth is a far more intricate and wondrous story, woven through millions of years of evolution. In this journey we will explore the very essence of what makes a cat, a cat. We will look beyond mere size to uncover the subtle and dramatic distinctions that separate these two remarkable groups. We will delve into their unique physical traits, the specialized tools that make them such successful hunters. We will listen closely to their distinct vocalizations, the roars that shake the plains and the purrs that soothe the soul. We will also examine their hunting techniques, their social structures, and their relationship with our own world. Join me as we unravel the mysteries that define these magnificent animals. We will compare the solitary stalk of a leopard with the cooperative hunt of a lion pride, and contrast the wild, untamable spirit of the tiger with the domestic bond we share with our smaller feline companions. By the end, we will have a much deeper appreciation for the incredible diversity and breathtaking adaptability of the family Felidae. It is a story of survival, of power, and of exquisite natural design. To understand the difference, we must first establish what we mean by big cat and small cat. Scientifically, the term big cat is often used to refer to the 5 living members of the genus Panthera: the tiger, the lion, the jaguar, the leopard, and the snow leopard. These are the titans of the feline world, defined not just by their impressive size but by a unique anatomical structure in their throat that gives them their formidable voice. They are the apex predators of their domains, their very presence shaping the ecosystems around them. On the other side of this divide, we have the small cats. This is a much broader and more varied group encompassing every other species in the feline family, from the familiar domestic cat to its wild relatives. Here we find the agile bobcat of North America, the beautifully patterned ocelot of the South American rainforests, the diminutive and fierce black-footed cat of Africa, and the elegant caracal with its tufted ears. This category contains a staggering array of forms and survival strategies, each one a masterpiece of evolution, perfectly adapted to its own specific niche. However, the lines can sometimes blur. The cougar, also known as the mountain lion, is a very large animal, larger than a leopard, yet it is not technically a big cat. It belongs to the genus Puma, and is more closely related to smaller felines. Similarly, the clouded leopard, despite its name, is not in the genus Panthera. These fascinating exceptions remind us that in the natural world, classifications are human constructs, and life itself is always more complex and wonderful than our simple definitions can fully capture. Despite their profound differences in size and lifestyle, every cat on Earth, from the mightiest Siberian tiger to the most placid house cat, is a member of one extraordinary family, Felidae. They are all connected by a shared evolutionary history, a genetic thread that stretches back nearly 25 million years to a common ancestor that roamed the forests of Eurasia. This ancient progenitor, known as Proalurus, was a small, tree-dwelling carnivore, but it carried within its DNA the potential for all the feline diversity we see today. It was the blueprint for the perfect predator. The genetic bond between them is remarkably strong. A domestic cat, for instance, shares over 95% of its DNA with a tiger. This is a staggering statistic. It means that the wild hunter of the jungle and the gentle companion in our homes are genetically almost identical. The same instincts for stalking, pouncing, and grooming are written into their shared code. The desire to scratch and mark territory, the acute senses of hearing and smell, the retractable claws, all are part of this ancient inheritance, passed down through countless generations. This common ancestry is visible in their very form. The lithe, muscular body, the powerful jaw armed with canine teeth designed for a killing bite, and the forward-facing eyes that provide superb binocular vision for judging distance. These are the hallmarks of the Felidae family. Whether they are scaled up for taking down a buffalo or scaled down for catching a mouse, the fundamental design remains the same. It is a testament to an evolutionary model of such perfection that it has conquered nearly every habitat on the planet, producing a dynasty of hunters without equal. Perhaps one of the most dramatic and defining differences between big and small cats lies in their voice. The big cats of the genus Panthera possess the awe-inspiring ability to roar. This is not simply a loud meow, it is a sound of profound power capable of traveling for miles, used to declare territory, communicate with pride members, or intimidate rivals. This ability comes from a unique feature in their larynx. The vocal cords are long, unbroken, and fleshy, and a large fibroelastic pad allows them to vibrate with immense force, producing a deep resonant roar that shakes the very air. In stark contrast, the small cats have evolved a different, more subtle vocalization, the purr. A purr is a continuous, soft, vibrating sound created during both inhalation and exhalation. This is made possible by a rigid structure of bones in the throat called the hyoid apparatus. The larynx vibrates against these bones, creating that familiar, comforting rumble. Purring is used in a variety of social contexts: a mother comforting her kittens, a cat showing contentment, or even a sign of appeasement. But what they gain in the ability to purr, they lose in the ability to roar. The rigid hyoid that allows for purring prevents the anatomy needed for a true roar. And then, there is the cheetah, an enigma. Despite its size, the cheetah cannot roar. Its hyoid apparatus is structured like that of a small cat, and so it purrs. It also has a unique and extensive vocabulary of other sounds, including chirps, yelps, and growls, but the thunderous roar of a lion is beyond it. This makes the cheetah a fascinating bridge between the two groups, a large cat with the voice box of a small one. It serves as a perfect reminder that in nature's grand design, there is always an exception to the rule, a creature that defies our neat and tidy classifications. The reign of the feline predators, both large and small, has never been more fragile than it is today. Many species face the very real threat of extinction, their numbers dwindling due to forces largely driven by human activity. The big cats are particularly vulnerable. The tiger, the snow leopard, the lion. These magnificent creatures are persecuted through poaching for their skins and body parts, and they suffer from relentless habitat loss as forests and grasslands are converted into farms and cities. Their vast territories are shrinking, forcing them into ever-increasing conflict with human populations. Their role in the ecosystem is absolutely critical. As apex predators, big cats regulate the populations of large herbivores like deer and wild boar. By keeping these populations in check, they prevent overgrazing, which in turn protects the health of the entire forest or savanna habitat. The removal of a top predator can cause a trophic cascade, an ecological chain reaction that can unravel the delicate balance of an entire ecosystem. Their survival is not just about preserving a single species, but about maintaining the stability of the wild places they call home. But the plight is not limited to the big cats. Many of their smaller cousins are also in grave danger. The Iberian lynx is one of the most endangered cats in the world, while the fishing cat of Asia is threatened by the destruction of its wetland habitats. The black-footed cat, Africa's smallest wild feline, is vulnerable due to changes in land use. These smaller predators play a vital role in controlling rodent and small mammal populations, contributing to the health of their own ecosystems. The conservation of all cats, big and small, is a shared responsibility, a fight to preserve the wild soul of our planet. For at least 10,000 years, humanity has shared a unique bond with one branch of the feline family. The journey of domestication began with the African wildcat, a small, adaptable feline that was likely drawn to human settlements by the abundance of rodents feeding on stored grain. A symbiotic relationship was formed. Humans benefited from pest control, and the cats benefited from a reliable food source. Over thousands of generations of selective breeding, this relationship deepened, giving rise to the domestic cat we know and love today, a creature that has spread with us to every corner of the globe. This process of domestication, however, has been exclusively limited to small cats. No big cat has ever been truly domesticated. While individuals can be tamed, especially if raised from a cub, their fundamental wild nature remains intact. The instincts that drive a tiger or a lion are millions of years old and cannot be bred out. They are hardwired to be solitary and powerful hunters of large prey. Their size, strength, and predatory drive make them inherently unpredictable and dangerous, unsuited for a life alongside humans. The difference is profound. A domestic cat, while still possessing the instincts of a hunter, has been bred for tameness and sociability with humans. It can form deep, affectionate bonds and integrate into a human family structure. A big cat, on the other hand, will always be a wild animal. It does not see a human as a companion, but as either a rival, a threat, or potentially prey. This unbridgeable gap is a stark reminder of the wildness that still exists in the world and the respect that these powerful predators command. They belong not in our homes but in the wild spaces they have ruled for millennia. The divide between big and small cats is clearly visible in their methods of hunting and their social lives. Most big cats, with one notable exception, are solitary hunters. The leopard is a master of stealth, using its spotted coat to melt into the shadows, stalking its prey with infinite patience before launching a sudden, explosive attack. The jaguar, a powerful swimmer, often hunts in and around water, taking prey as diverse as caiman and capybara. The tiger, the largest of all, uses its immense strength and camouflage to ambush large animals like deer and wild pigs. Their strategy is one of individual power and precision. The great exception, of course, is the lion. Lions are the only truly social cats living in complex family groups called prides. This social structure allows them to hunt cooperatively, a strategy that enables them to take down prey far larger and more dangerous than any single lion could manage alone, such as buffalo or even young giraffes. The lionesses typically work together, using teamwork and strategy to encircle and overwhelm their target. This social bond is fundamental to their survival on the open plains of Africa. In contrast, the vast majority of small cats are also solitary, but their hunting techniques are tailored to a different scale. They are specialists in hunting smaller prey rodents, rabbits, birds, and insects. An ocelot uses its exceptional night vision and hearing to pinpoint tiny movements in the undergrowth. A caracal can leap high into the air to snatch birds right out of the sky, and a domestic cat employs that same ancient sequence of stalk, chase, and pounce on a garden mouse. Their world is one of fine details, of listening for the faintest rustle in the leaves, proving that success as a predator is not merely about brute force, but about perfect adaptation to one's environment. So, we return to our original question. What is the difference between a big cat and a small cat? We have seen that the answer extends far beyond size. It is etched into their very bones, in the anatomy that allows one to roar and the other to purr. It is written in their DNA, a shared heritage that has been masterfully adapted for vastly different lives. It is a difference in social structure, contrasting the solitary hunter with the cooperative pride, and a difference in their relationship with us, the wild versus the domesticated. From the roar of the lion that echoes across the savannah to the gentle purr of a cat in a sunlit room, the family Felidae presents a spectacular spectrum of life. They share so much in common. The grace, the agility, the keen senses, the predatory instinct. They are all, in essence, perfectly designed hunters. Yet, it is their differences, sculpted by millions of years of evolution in diverse habitats, that make this family so endlessly fascinating and so incredibly successful. Each species is a unique solution to the challenge of survival. The story of the cat is a story of diversity. It shows us how a single, successful blueprint can be modified to create a master of the jungle, a ghost of the mountains, or a companion in our homes. In understanding the distinctions between big and small cats, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and beauty of the natural world. They are a reminder of the wildness we must protect and the familiar comfort we cherish, two sides of the same magnificent feline coin. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Please like, share, and subscribe.